AFL Daily.
For all of them. Morning all. I'll leave the light on this time because obviously that usually goes off and I end up speaking in the dark. Another little bush run. It's been a couple of months since I last headed out. I've since had another kid, so I've been home, close to home, but this is my first little excursion. Yeah, back up to Mingah Springs where I've been before. I'll just take a slightly different route up and down to normal. I think it's about 850 k's, so we'll say 1900 all up, plus any driving around on site, so it's about 2000k run, just an overnighter. So up there today, get into it to Savo, stay the night, probably another hour or two in the morning, and then drive home. So not strenuous, not a very hectic one at all. Pretty simple. Plenty of time. So yeah, just gonna mosey up today and get that done. And probably got two little spots to check out on the way up, or one little spot to check out on the way up, and one or two to check out on the way back, depending on how much time we got in the day. So yeah, come for a ride. Cheers, guys. And I forgot to mention, it's been raining all night, and it looks like it's going to rain all the way out to the Gascoyne for me too. Right, we're all fueled up and caffeinated. Get into it. Just coming in south of Bulladoo station on the Mullawall Road. Just coming through an area where about 7 or 8 years back I actually was coming south in a similar sort of rainstorm, but this was all not paved back then. I actually did all the surveying for this about 4 or 5 years ago before it got sealed. But yeah, I was coming back south along this road. It was all gravel and it just was turned to slop, heavy rain, and I actually ended up over in the scrub over there. I was doing about 40-50 k's an hour and just lost control of the vehicle, just like turned sideways and she just drifted sideways, like a crash in slow motion. I ended up in the scrub out there, absolutely fine. Like I might have bent a couple of sticks, like no damage to the car, no serious problem, but just shows you that some of these the worst parts of these roads can just turn to absolute mud. All right, this is a full crossing. That's Bulladoo Station there. They have had some rain. Wow. Maybe 300-400 deep. So good for the country. The wildflowers are already pretty good. All the way along here. I haven't bothered to stop to take photos because it's pissing down with rain, but there's actually been some really good pink and yellow and white wildflowers all the way along the side of the road from Mullawall North. Yeah, this rain's going to be just perfect for everyone out here, I think. It looks like it's going to follow me all the way up into the Gascoyne. today, so I might not be actually getting bugger all work done today, to be honest. So I'll get to Murchison and touch base with the weather report and just see what's going on, see whether it's worth me, well, see whether it's any point in rushing or not. I'll do that a bit quick. Because if it's just going to be raining, then I might as well take my time all the way up and have a look around. Put the hat on and go for a walk somewhere. Alright, catch you later. Alright, about 3 hours, 2.5 hours into the drive, nearly a Murchison settlement. It has not stopped raining flat out to the left. And yeah, look at keeping an eye on the radar and the long range forecast. And it's probably going to rain all the way up with me, which isn't a big deal, but it also looks like it's going to rain into the evening. So I don't have a lot of options with shelter wise, because it is a work car, not my personal car. No awning and whatnot. I will have the going doors I could leave open, but then obviously I compromise maybe getting the inside of the canopy a little wet. So I'm just going to have a look in settlement, versus settlement for a tarp. Just see how we go. And also another thing is, the wood's going to be wet, so I might try and find some firelighters or something like that, just to make sure I can get a fire going with damn wood. Even if it does stop raining, the wood's going to be soaked probably. So yeah, should make for a bit more of an interesting camp than normal. Well, we'll see how we go. I can always, sure, Pete Tracy at Mingah Springs will be happy for me to stay there if I need to. Undercover, but also it's a bit of fun, so I think I can get away with camping. I'll camp and make a bit of fun out of it. Got a big tomahawk steak there I let it cook, so yeah. Alright, see you later. G'day guys, thought I'd just show you another relatively unknown bit of West Australian pastoral history. Just at well number 9 on the E.T. Hooley stock route. E.T. Hooley was a pastoralist who pioneered a stock route from the Geraldine mine north of Northampton all the way up to the De Grey River in the Pilbara near Port Hedland, as a route to try and get stock, both cattle and sheep, between the northern and southern pastoral areas of Western Australia. 55 wells, covering 1,500 kilometres. He initially put the route in 1866, surveyed then in 1893 and gazetted in 1905. Yeah, compared to things like the canning and stuff like that, which everyone would have or should have heard of, stock route. This one, the E.T. Hooley, which was then renamed the De Grey Mullawar stock route, Yeah, it's got a fair bit of history that not many know about, and definitely worth a look if you're coming out this way. There's a couple of them still remaining. This one's obviously been refurbished by, I can't remember who. There we go. Refurbished by members of the Northwest District Rifle Clubs Association. Yeah. This is the setup that they would have had for all of them. Same as the canning stock route ones. Bit of a pulley system, crank system. Drop the bucket down, fill it up with water, pour it into the trough, and that'll do the sheep and the cattle. Oh, it would have been sheep back then. But yeah, just a bit of history for you. And a interesting thing about stock routes is you can camp. They're gazetted, all stock routes that are gazetted, free camping. You can't actually be prevented from camping on stock routes throughout Western Australia. I don't know about Australia in general, but Western Australia. So if you're ever out in this country and you're unsure and you're not sure about the pastoral leaseholders and whether they, you know, want people camping on their leases, because some do get a bit funny about it, no one can do anything about you camping on a gazetted stock route. So try and keep that in mind when you're out this way. Erong Springs. Just an old abandoned homestead. Alright guys, about 6 hours into the drive, just pulled over for a bit of a break at Old Erong, which is an old abandoned homestead. And yeah, I'll just have a quick look around for 20 minutes and then get back on the road and continue on to Mingah. Don't know what this would have been. It's an old pool table with the old slate still on it, or what's left of it. Old wheelbarrow.
Wall press. So yeah. Major tune-up specifications. Valve clearance, firing order. I have no idea what that's off someone, mate. Decent size engine though. Oil temp. Maybe Jenny. So this is the furthest structure at the homestead. I'll work my way back through it. I don't know what this was. Maybe just another little homestead or something. Weird that there's a pool table there though. That's bed. ACM 26. Bit of an odd shaped bottle though. Looks like a Bailey's bottle. Few fly screen doors. It's like no, it's not a chopping block. Just a big chunk of river gum. Another old engine bit. (6W-103). Again, I have no idea what that is. Fuel tank on it. If anyone knows what that is or that is, feel free to let us know. What else we got out here? Yards of some kind, maybe horses, but look at that. Let's say. A little grain silo. That's pretty cool. If I didn't get anything good in that, then I won't put it up. See, a little bit of grain still hanging down the bottom. I'm going to move back over there now. Right, that's where I was. About 150 metres over that way. Let's go have a quick look at what we have here. A few little outbuildings. Geez, there's a lot of old motors here that I obviously have no idea what they are, but some of the old fellas that watch my videos might. A bunch of motor parts, a bit of a lister. It's about the only one I do know. RA Lister. Dursley. Listard. Van der Horst British Patents. There you go. Cool. Everything and the kitchen sink. And the bathtub. Looks like a toilet block to me. Still got the toilet brush too. Bung arrow hole underneath. And the shower block. With no dead kangaroos. Surprise. Septic. 45 or a Land Rover. Donkey for the hot water for the shower. You'll probably be sick of me saying the word donkey. I say it too bloody often, I know. It's a patrol. There you go, an old patrol. That would have been the tray then. Look at this. It's got a wheel on the front. Again, who knows what that is? 'Cause I don't. A little wheel on the front and like a blade. Like a little grater set up for a tow behind or something. No idea. Secondary homestead there. Workshop here by the look of it. Shed, whatever. Vacuum cleaner. South Australia, Clyde Industries. I don't know what a vacuum cleaner is, but someone may. All bits and bobs. Look at those old parts. Smells very nice. Maltons? 8M Maltons? Again, if you know, let us know. Because I clearly don't know. Windmill fan. Cool room. Cement mixer over there. This is the old 45. I've photographed this one before. I've actually been here before. But I haven't been here this one before. I've just taken photos of it. So, and it's on the road, so it's a good one just to stop for a 15-20 minute break. Have a look around and get back on the road. That rain that was following me still coming. I've got ahead of it. I reckon I'm probably an hour ahead of it, but it's still following me. Horse float, fans, bucket. Right. Area. See what's in this cool room. Dead roos, probably the hanging bullocks or sheep. Every station just 100 million nuts and bolts and washers. Everywhere you go. Just a little motor of some kind. Kawasaki. Yamaha. Coronation oven. That's this. Yes, it sounds like this place has got something out of my head. The wind's just coming ahead of that storm now. Motorbike. Over there. Value, present value to look at. Old fridge. Trough. Gonna go to these and then go around to the homestead and then back through this homestead, I reckon. Like I said, if you're doing 6 hours driving already, jump out, have a 15-20 minute break, it's not the end of the world. It's probably necessary, to be honest. Generator, yeah, that raised footing there suggests that's a generator shed. Oil drum. Storage drums. Sliding door. Not sliding no more. Look out, there's a grader ahead. Chook pen. Or maybe a slip out. Which one? Chook pen maybe? Not sure. Yeah, like I said, I've been through this one before and looks to me, best guess is minimum 15 years abandoned, probably much longer, probably closer to 25, 30. Probably 20, 25, yeah, probably closer to 30. But I can't be sure. Unfortunately, even when you research these things, unless you can actually talk to someone who last lived here, near on impossible to find out when they were abandoned. There's not a lot of history ever gets written, hence why I like to walk around and film what's left, because a couple more big storms and there'll be even less here. Look at these chicken pens. Chickens. Oh, fences. Probably chickens though. Chickens in. Yeah. Chickens and other poultry, I'd say. Don't hold me to it. I get a lot of these things wrong, to be honest. It's always a stab in the dark. Well, more than a stab in the dark, but not a highly educated guess anyway. Okay. What is this? It's got a big hook. Big hook up there. Rungs to climb up there. Guy ropes. Engine block down the bottom, pulley system. Captain. Mark II. Petter, England. Anyone got a clue what that would be? Maybe loading? Loading trucks maybe? Honestly, don't know. Southern Cross windmill. Pissed off all the top knot pigeons. Tank stand. Meat safe. The old green bottles might be Hans. Slightly more recent stuff. Good old meat safe. Or a car, what do they call it? A Coolgardie safe. I learned recently, they used to be called also Coolgardie safe. Chopping all the meat up. Now, this here. Sounds like a car coming. Just with the wind. This here was a like a tower that used to raise the radio. I think it was radio. Old John Ralph gave me a bell after seeing me, so I didn't know what it was at Bandia. Radio, I guess, you know, wireless or communications. And they used to, yeah, lift it up, get signal, and for whatever reason they used to bring back down. I don't know why they never had permanent ones up. But yeah. Definitely sounds like a car coming. It could also just be driving down the road because it's only 500 metres that way. Anyway. Yeah, they rock up. I'm sure they're probably just a nearby station owner who currently has a lease, or another person like myself. I sleep out there. Mattresses with glass, camp chair. I do like how they've... See, that's new. I reckon when I was last here they didn't have that mesh up there, which I don't really know what the point is, because these doors are all open and that's smashed, but maybe, you know, people may come here doing the wrong thing as well. It may be whoever currently runs the lease. So what happens is these get abandoned, they give up the lease, and the lease gets taken up by a nearby station, and they'll run the cattle on here, but they'll abandon the homestead and let it run to ruin. Not that it's their fault, it's just, you know, they've already got their own homestead, they don't need another one. But yeah, unfortunately, they just run to ruin and no one really looks after them, and then people with the wrong intentions come out here and smash the glass and rip the metastoves out and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, unfortunately. Beautiful glass cabinetry though. Again, I don't know how long that'll last. That'll probably be gone in the next couple of years. Kids or some drunken idiots will come out here and smash it all. This big beautiful, see someone's cut that light fitting out. Big beautiful copper chimney. Just clad obviously, but again, surprised no one ripped that out. I'll go to Connect 4. Scotland Yard. Once again, just the amount of stuff that gets left when people move out. The household stuff, do cards, arrangement. Nice battery acid. Yep, laundry, trough, overalls. Just a lot closer, aren't they? Stick out the front door. Step in this door. Right there. Or not. the master bed here. Reading lamps either side. Probably the master, I'd say. Not a lot left in here, thankfully. Right, let's close this door. Oh yeah, bitch. Can this one open? Someone's taken a turd in there. Jeez, and 15.5 stone. That's cool. Shower. Cabinet. Yeah. Once again, I'm just narrating what I'm looking at. What else do we have in here? I mean, like it's decent size, really. It's not a small homestead. A couple more bedrooms, really. Identical to the other one, so not a master, just twins. Third one, smaller. And probably, that's pretty cool. Panel work. An office, I guess. What's the date on this? Oh yeah, Midwest Times 2002. That doesn't necessarily mean that was the last time someone was here, living here. Someone may have just came and set up camp out here for a short period of time. So, mid-12. Carnarvon Village, 2008. So that's the Carnarvon community. Indigenous community. Obviously a couple of lads from there have come out here at some point. 2008. Look at this. They just loved cactus because it grew out here. I don't know if these ones fruit. A lot of cacti do, and most cactus that fruit are edible fruit too. So it does make sense to plant them out here. Bougainvillea still surviving after all these years. Well, that one is there, the rest are all dead. Don't want to fall down that septic pit. Ladder onto the roof. A lot of ladders around here. Garden shed, I'd say, and the amount of pots. Bit of fertiliser, bougainvillea growing through the window, as you do. Close the door, I mean, hole there, but close the door. Leave it as you found it. Every little bit helps. Again, what we're helping it for, I don't know, probably all going to blow apart. But it might just mean that it's in reasonable nick for the next person like myself who comes for a look and, yeah, just interested in the history of these places. Oh, esky. You know me, I can't help but look at eskies. Ah, no. Big old soul of hot water. please sign the visitor's book, which makes me think that people have been coming here for a while, to the point where either the previous owners who abandoned it but still ran the lease here, or the nearby station who runs the lease here, just wanted to, I don't know, gauge how many people were coming through, maybe even local shire, put a guest book here, hoping that people would sign it. You know, a lot of those remote locations, I think Lake Yo on the Connie Highway, or the Amberdell Highway, one of them, places like that, a lot of these real remote places, they have guest books just to, I don't know, say, yep, I've been here. This is a bit off Broadway compared to a lot of those things, but still proves that they're trying to keep track of who and how many. What about these ones? What do they say? 2002. 2002. You know, dirty great pile of sheep's wool. Couple of photos of some old bushes. Kitchen. The old stencil for Erong Spring. Oven cooktop. Simpson. Rangewood. What's left of the crockery. Bit more crockery. Basil. Peanut butter, seen better days. More stencils. Glass. Again, keep closing the door if they're open. He says while having the door he just closed, not open again. There you go. That'll help. Oh, that's nasty. That's a lot of dead kangaroos. That stinks a bit out here. How's this? Area. Shire, Upper Gascoyne. Annual rainfall 8 inches. They'll get it downs. Oh yeah, so this is the map. Map of the station. So where are we? Oh, here we go. Yep. That says Erong Springs, but just because that says Erong Springs doesn't mean it could be the actual springs, but the station gets the name from. Millie. Yeah, that must be right, because I've just come from Millie down here. I think that's right. So we've come up here. Erong. I'm going to continue up there, and then if you go out here, Innuendi's down here. We actually passed Innuendi down here, so that can't be right. No, it must be here. It must be here. You're all listening to me narrate my thoughts. Right, it must come up from here, so we must be somewhere here. There's a Namaha out there, Aboriginal carvings, bands, Randall's patterns, Horseshoe Falls. That's fucking pretty. That looks like bloody, almost like cool. That looks almost like Billang Pool. Better find out where that is. Go there in the future. Randall Creek, Camel Hills. Can't read that. The border names: Red Gorge, Cattle Yards, Camel Hole. That's actual Erong Springs. No, can't see that. Can't really make out any of that. Eric, Simon and David Broad ferrying stores across the flooded Murchison River, Beamley Station, 1986. Broads. Charlie Derninke and Taffy Paper Talk, 1987. Mark Thompson and John Woods with drilling rig putting down bore at the homestead, April 1989. Nothing. Andrea and Emmy on tour. Can't really make that out. Faithful Herbie. The landlord jockey. Rudy and Val Wheeland. Straddle shearers heading home for the Christmas in '92. Carla and Frank on their way home. Did this. Find a clip wing. Bush characters. Wayne the Roo Shooter, Rosemary and Richard. Unfortunately, I don't really make out a lot. There's a few names there someone might know. Some of the older crew that watch my videos might be able to identify. Particularly like the Broads are a pretty common Midwest name in ag. Paper Talk's pretty well known name throughout the merchant Midwest. Thompsons and Woods. Yeah, someone might know. I really want to know where Horseshoe Falls is. That looks epic. Just been in there. I've got it here now. Cabinet. Ladies, mop, scrub and brush, men's, Canastoro. So clearly people are stopping by for a look out here in more recent times. I'm not the only one that's out here having a look. I'm feeling that's nothing to do. A couple of big roos. Focus things in here. Chalkboard. Oh, I'd love to know that visitors book. More dead kangaroos. Bedroom. Bedroom. So these would be probably the shearers, workers' accommodation. Just a lot of bedrooms, a kitchen, living area, bathrooms, and then that would have been the main homestead over there. Sleep outs or verandas, whatever you want to call it. A bit of breeze in the evenings, probably bring their wire beds and mattresses out of here, sleep here, let the breeze come through and cool down on the real hot nights. A lot of boots. On a bike ramp. We're done. As usual, we just had to listen to me narrate as I looked at things. Yeah, pretty cool old spot. So yeah, what's that? About 20 years. I'd say, just judging on those newspapers. Again, doesn't guarantee, just because the paper's from 2002 doesn't guarantee that that's when someone was last year living here, but probably best guess. So 22, 23 years. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to keep going. Get up to the job, get flight control in. So the night, flight in the morning, and then mosey on home. Alright, catch up. Well, heading back out. You wouldn't want to come through here when it's been raining a bit though. She's fairly low-lying country through this creek here. But I do need to find out where this Camel Well was. Not Camel Well. Camel Falls? wherever it was on that map back there.